What's going on, guys? This is Joe Young coming at you another video today. So today I'm going to give you guys an update of the Plecos and how they're doing. So you guys haven't seen this tank for a while, and then I'm going to also go inside and give you guys an update on the Zebra Plecos. So this tank out here is a 50-gallon lowboy. It's all connected into one big system here, and pretty much this tank is dedicated for a grow out tank for the Plecos. And as you can see, it's all bare bottom. We have some wood, we have some just random caves here and there for them to kind of swim and, you know, just chill. So I put these guys in probably back sometime last year, probably about like over 6 to 7 months ago. And we have two varieties of Plecos in here right now. We have the Starlight Pleco. This is the bristle nose right here. So this one, as you can see, I have a couple of those guys in here. This one looks really nice. When I put these guys in, these guys were about 2 inches, a little bit, maybe a little bit more smaller than 2 inches or so. And as you can see, these guys are pretty big. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to get some of these guys out and actually measure them and see how big they've grown. The Tiger Plecos, the Red Tiger Plecos here, the one that are 398 here, these guys were literally 1.5 inches in size, and as you can see, some of them are pretty big, but they look like they're almost close to 2 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to catch one of those guys as well and measure them. So let's go ahead and attempt that right now. I got my net here. I'm gonna try to net a couple of them in here. I know that one's in here already in the cave, so I'm just gonna pull the cave straight up and see if I can get that one first. I do have my handy dandy little measurer here, so I'm gonna put it up here and we'll measure the Plecos in a little bit. All right, so here is the Starlight Pleco. And this guy is already, wow, this guy is almost 4 inches. Holy crap. I remember buying these Plecos about 2 inches or so. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back in here. I remember buying those guys about 2.5 or 2 inches or so, and that guy is kind of like the smaller one in the tank. There's actually one, the male in here, that's actually a lot bigger. Kind of curious in terms of how big he is. I think he's close to like probably 4. All right, so I got a couple of the tigers here. These guys, I definitely bought them when they were tiny, probably 1.5 inches or so. And I grabbed a couple of them just kind of get a different variety of sizes here. But let's see how big this guy is. This guy, oh wow, he's 2.5, almost 3 inches. Whoa, these guys have grown a lot. So we got 3 of them here. That guy was the biggest one that you guys just saw there, and the other 2 are probably slightly smaller than 2.5. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back in. All right, so I did try to get the big Pleco here. Didn't have any luck. But I don't know if you can see, but there's a reflection, but he's literally behind there's his tail right there. But that guy is huge. If the other Starlight, which was like about that size, was like 3.5, that dude over here is like 4 to 4.5 or something like that. I think that dude is huge. Look at some of these guys here. There's the tiger right there in between the log. Ooh, here's another nice male. Check that guy out. So these guys are growing, you know, it seems like pretty big, about 1 inch or so on top of what they were already growing. But as you can see, you know, this tank is so big, it just makes them look so small in the actual tank. So I'm actually really happy that they've actually grown that big. And probably these tigers here, they probably have another 1/2 inch to 1 inch or so before they can be, you know, breeding. So that's pretty awesome. So they probably just need a couple more months and they'll get to the right size, and we can probably start trying to figure out the males and females, and we can get this breeding project going, guys. And while we're out here, there's the purple tang. Look how happy that purple tang is. Purple tang has been coming out, doing really well, getting a little bit more familiar with the light. And as you can see, just swimming around, chilling, doing his thing, eating really well so far. This was, imagine 2 of these sizes. That tang has been like destroying this algae. So slowly, I'm gonna be taking algae from that tank over here, letting the purple tang munch on it for snack, do its thing. And I'm also feeding the purple tang, you know, flakes and whatnot. So the purple tang, look at that purple tang coming out. Ooh, nice, beautiful. All right, guys, so let's go inside and get an update on the zebra Pleco tank. All right, guys, so we're inside the house here, and this is my zebra Pleco tank. So not really much has changed in the tank. I would say maybe we're losing some plants here and there. The algae, I guess the hair algae, I've been kind of pulling back to reduce, you know, what we have. The, you know, zebra Plecos are kind of doing their thing. I did lose one of the smaller Plecos in this tank. Unfortunately, it was like one of the 1.5 inch size. These other ones are about at least 2.5 plus, or around 2 inches or so. So all these other guys seem to be doing fine. The smaller one, I'm not sure what happened to the smaller one. I just, you know, one day found it kind of in the corner and it just died. So I'm not sure what happened there. So I haven't had any signs or I guess indications of them wanting to breed. The tank is set correctly in terms of temperature now. I did get a bigger heater to actually heat this tank. So it's in the 84s right now for the tank itself. But pretty much, yeah, this tank is just kind of on autopilot right now. You know, the zebras will, you know, eventually do their thing, I guess. Not sure you guys can see this, but there he is right there. And that is the Bumble Bee Oto. It looks very similar to a Pleco, just super tiny. So if you want to see the comparison between that guy, look at the little fries, super small. Alright guys, and we are down to the final Pleco tank here. This is where all my adult Plecos are at. So I'm very curious to see how big these guys compare to my smaller ones out there. So I'm gonna try to get one of these guys that are in the cave already, kind of like that one over here. This looks like a female, looks pretty big already. Measure her and see how big these guys compare to the grow out tank Plecos outside. Alright, so I'm gonna go and try to get this female right here that's in the cave already. Wish me luck, guys. We got her! We got her! Alright, so here is one of, it looks like a male, definitely a male. This male is probably close to 4 inches. 4-inch male. Wow, look at that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put him back into the tank here real quick. Don't want to leave him out too long. This is my 397 Pleco here. As you can see, he's giant, enormic. Wow, look at that suction cup. He's huge, beautiful. Dang, he's fat too. All right, let's put him back in. Look at this guy. Oh, crazy. And the one thing that I'm really happy about this tank is the plants. The plants up top here. Let me show you guys real quick. All right, look at this. So what I did was I grabbed a log that went from one end to the other, and I just wrapped plants that could be grown immersed or submerged, and some of it is submerged and some of it is immersed here. And kind of wrapped it along the whole wood here. Some of it is kind of floating just because of the bubble, but a lot of that on that side is kind of wrapped together there. And as you can see, it's taken over the whole like thing here. Look at this. This is crazy. Taken over the whole thing, and it's just wrapped along this whole nice branch here. And that's kind of the thought or the vision that I had with this tank. Was I knew the Plecos kind of like shade. I wanted to use the plants as shades along with the wood, and I wanted some sort of plant in here so it can withdraw the nitrates from the tank or help offset that, so that, you know, I can do my water changes when the week comes along. So definitely I am really happy with the results here. I'm hoping that some of the plants can kind of lean up to here and maybe branch into the actual branch. I'm hoping that some of the plants can kind of weave up to here and maybe get up into this branch area. That would be pretty nice. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's update. Like always, make sure you guys subscribe. Until next time, guys, peace.